Talk to me, I talk back. Let's talk money, I talk stacks. Y'all know who it is. It's your girl Precious Williams. And let's can we talk tonight? Can we have a real conversation tonight? Because if we can, I want to talk about something that I had been thinking about. I had taken a shower. And I was thinking, what's life like after cancellation? What does life look like after layoff? What does life look like after you lose your biggest client? What does it look like after hard things have happened? Can you bounce back? So I want to have this conversation. So some of y'all know part of my story, so I am not here to go over that chapter of my story. But in times like this, what's been really interesting is remembering how dark things felt. How I felt that no one would listen, no one would care. People would look at me and look right past me. I couldn't get invited to things. And yeah, no, I decided to change my network and to not allow people who felt so comfortable blocking me or thinking that when I was going through hard times, that was the sum total of who I am. So I want to talk to y'all about this. What is it? What did it look like? And honestly, it was scary. It was tough because I was dealing with the fear that it's really over. The fear I will never be on stage. The fear I would never be invited to anything. The fear I have to hold my head in shame each and every day of my life. Who's gonna ever hire me? Who's ever gonna believe in me? And I'm telling y'all, that audacity, like when God says to you, second chapter's gonna be better than your first. You think one job can determine if you can make it? You think one person has the power to overcome God? You think one group? No. He said, I told you to listen to me. That chapter's over. The new chapter has begun. And I know y'all can hear the ambulance in the background. I'm in New York City. But one of the best things that I learned in life is to trust His unchanging hand. Have I had hard moments? Yes, I have. But being canceled publicly, having a former business partner trash me on social media, having people bring these things up years after the fact. And I only wish everyone the best that life has to offer. I cannot go back in time and make any changes, but I can make today and the future and that track record be flawless. I can only prove through my clientele that I'm going to bring the pain and the noise. I can only tell you, I'm going to bring it. I want them to succeed like my next breath. When you see them on stages, when you see them killing it, I want you to know I'm only a part of their journey because I see things in them and I want them to know that. Is there a life after being canceled publicly when people throw out things from your past that you were so ashamed of? I can't be ashamed anymore, y'all. I cannot be ashamed. I don't know anybody who had a perfect story. Even if they tell you the most perfect, I grew up with money, wealth, and whatever. No one has the perfect story. You have been hurt, abandoned, tortured. I promise you. So having audacity in 2025 means I own it. Messed up, toe up and the flow up. But talk to me, I talk back. Let's go. The second thing I want all of us to know, you are not the sum total of your job or that high paying position. This is when you realize that relationships matter. This is when you realize who's going to be in your corner when things are wrong. My friend Karen is with me. She came here. She's a divorce attorney out of Wisconsin. Now she grew up, in New York, but she lives there. So she came. Did I get it right, Queen?
I grew up in Georgia.
Oh, you see how she checking me? She grew up in Georgia.
My parents are from New York.
Her parents are from New York.
I lost my phone.
You lost your phone?
I know I did.
Oh, wait, right there. And so last night, right, Queen? Last night, we were sitting here just chopping it up, having a good time. And we're just talking fat mouth and having a good time. And because she's heard my speaking style before and keynoting and stuff like that, she asked me a question that no one's ever asked me about my speaking style. She loves it, whatever, but there was something she noticed that she wanted me to understand. Number one, don't be grateful. And you're not. Like, I don't ever think of myself as, I'm so happy to be here. I don't think of myself like that. But she said, I want you to understand parts of your story are really past. You were canceled. Mud was thrown in your face. But look at you now. That's a gift that God told you. You had to eliminate people from your life. You had to eliminate those who wanted to burn bread on you. You had to eliminate the people who thought it was so comfortable, who got so comfortable with thinking your past is who you are. And so I had to be honest with her, and I said, I'm going to work on it. Because if you've been doing something so long, you don't even realize. Like, I don't dial anything in, but there's always this part of me. You can sound so great, but there's a part of me that I was supposed to temper with. This wasn't easy. And maybe in thinking like that, her thing is, you are the bomb. Why wouldn't you? The second thing is, as we were hanging out at the Brooklyn Museum, as we were doing things today, as we went to these Jewish bakeries and bagel places in my own community, I looked at my community so different. Like, I enjoy living here, but I hadn't been in certain places. And there were two things that happened. So we were in a bakery, and there was a different cart was charged than from us. And the woman realized it immediately and handled it. We went into another store, and there was a question about a particular shirt brand. And the gentleman said, we're going to buy it. You're going to waste your money. Versus people who would be like, let them waste their money. Let them buy it. He was like, no, I'm not about that life. I'm not for a sale to have a sale. I want you to be right. And I sat there and I thought, how does that apply to having audacity in 2025? If something is not right for you and somebody tells you that, and that they're learned professionals, they're telling you the truth because they've seen what happens when you take on too much at one time. So in working with me or working with the people that, that I've worked with or I know to be dope and bomb, if they say a path is better for you and you may think, oh, I want all the bells and whistles, they might be like, this is not for you. This is for you. You might have spent a lot of money on these other coaching programs. And if it didn't get you somewhere, they're quick to be like, I don't really want to work with you. Because if you didn't have the audacity to say it to the people that you didn't get anything out of, and these are successful women. I'm not saying they're just not doing anything. I don't want to be the brunt of that because you're still mad at them and receive all of that anger. Downstairs?
Yeah, I'm coming.
Okay. So just imagine if somebody tells you this is the best course, or I'd rather not work with you because you have unhealed trauma from working with someone else that you never addressed that issue with. And I'm not going to pay the price. The third thing I want y'all to think about is I told you about audacity in 2025. And there were things I thought about. You can write books. I told y'all when I wrote this book, Rainmaking 101 from day one, this was what God placed on my heart to teach and train attorneys in law firms and law schools and stuff like that. I had no idea what it would lead to. I had no idea Rainmaking 101 from day one would do something. I had no idea. Do you want to know why I had no idea? Because I didn't think the law would want me back. I didn't think they would think anything of me. Not only was I welcome back, not only have I graced stages, not only have I spoken at institutions, there's a track record behind me now that does not include the dark times. So rather than focus on those dark times, I want you to get around good people who will hold you up and show you that you are more than a job. You are more than a position. You're more than your apartment. You're more than your possessions. You are worth so much more. And if it goes away tomorrow, I hope you understand that there is greater for you. Maybe some things have to end for you to know you've been in the wrong place for too long. That's the reason why I've never had a job last longer than a year in my life. I leave. Because I can't do it. I can't be around certain places too long. And there was always something in me crying to come out. And part of that was I wanted to show up differently, show up colorful and bright, not in blue and navy blue and black. I wanted to change my hair like I changed my underwear. I wanted to show them what pitching can be, not what your name a company. Who the hell wants that? That's boring. If you want to win, go with a winner. someone who broke the mold and is not limited to one form. So, knowing that Precious Fix My Pitch Live is coming, whether you got struggles with your elevator, your media, your investor, your sales, whatever pitch, if you're struggling with that, I want you to know, like Ayala Fix My Life, Precious can fix your pitch live. I plays no games. But also being in a small, intimate group, it transforms how you hear yourself, see yourself. Precious Fix My Pitch. Precious Fix My Pitch. As I listen to these fire alarms and these ambulances, since I've been here in New York, that I've never gotten used to that sound. Never, ever. But I do want y'all to understand with audacity that I can keep going regardless to what people say. It's not whether people like me, respect the gangster of who I am. Trying to be liked by everybody is a recipe for disaster. Some of y'all are never going to like that I changed my hair, or you don't like certain colors of my hair. I wish I cared. I don't. If it stopped me from being on stages or whatever, it actually enhanced. It actually got me into rooms because people weren't trying to hear cookie cutter. So when I say, and this is fun, something that Karen said, Precious, what would she said, people probably trying to figure out, why would you celebrate your 46th birthday? Not 40, not 50, not 30, not 21, 46. I said it didn't occur to me that people thought like that. Because I was celebrating me at this age. I'm celebrating the glow up and what it took to get into the 40s and finally see myself as if I freaking matter. It took me years to be able to look at this woman right here, and accept, not photoshopping, none of that. That's me. It took me years to accept my tiger stripes and that my breasts will never be like they were at 22. It took me years to accept I'm that girl, I'm that queen, and I don't have to look like everybody else to feel like I belong. I'm somebody. So to have the audacity, y'all can tell when the light changes, I be looking different to my own dang on self. But my point is, I'm not sugarcoating, but I do want y'all to know there is life after cancellation. There's life after job loss. But I need you to be around the right people who are going to inspire you and keep it thuggy with you. And this wasn't overnight, but it was amazing. Queen Ken, I just want you to know. And to be with a dear friend, we're going to have our Thai food. We're going to get it popping up in here. But I just want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Real friendships matter. And before she came, I was thinking of all these things. She's going to be bored with me. Da-da-da-da. And then finally, I just had to say, I'm Precious.
Can anybody be bored with her?
I'm Precious Williams. And the most beautiful thing is, she came in. I was finishing up on the washing. And she came in with such a beautiful light. And we laughed and kiki for hours on this couch. And then we had such a great time today. Be careful who's in your circle. Be careful. Because the right people should be there and the wrong people should not. So this is a real friend of mine. Attorney, and I'm not an attorney. All right. So she didn't know she blessed my heart with the things going on in the background. And when we talked about it, we talked about love, life, relationships, and silliness. I love that I'm in my 40s and can have real conversations. And not everything be like, everything's good in my world. How are you today? Everything's good, I'm dating, I'm loving, everything's right with me. You're like, you're looking at me like, P, I don't want to front you out in your own place, but I will front you out. I will front you out in your own place. You know you ain't right. You know everything ain't perfect. I'm trying to look for the right light. Here, Queen.
There's standing next to you, I'm just going to be dull. So it doesn't matter what your light is.
This is my Queen Karen. Shout out to the small business owners community.
Yes.
Pat Miller,
yes.
Abby, Brad, Wendy, and so many of Sarah, so many of y'all sharing. All of y'all, thank y'all. This is what SBOC is like. She's in New York. She's not where y'all are. She's in New York in my crib.
Don't worry, the weather
I don't
here
let people
sucks.
be here. You know what? But we had a great time at the Brooklyn Museum. Solid gold. Do you hear me? Wendy, I see you, Wendy. Yes, Wendy. Nicole. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Nicole, I had to show off that you did my boudoir photography. Amika, it was such a pleasure talking to you today. Dr. Charlotte, I'm gonna see you when I'm in Austin, Texas for South by Southwest. Me and Big Red, we gotta act up a little bit. But y'all, this is real friendship. We hungry, so we gonna eat some Thai food. We gonna talk to me. I talk back. Let's talk money. I don't know why I love that from T-Pain. That is a favorite line off of his thing. But most importantly, you can be on your worst behavior, or you can recognize that there are many more opportunities when you stop looking at that closed door, because it may have been closed by God for a reason. Maybe you've been playing too small for too long. Maybe you need to be in another network or group that sees beyond what you've been able to see. So thank y'all. Thank y'all for letting me talk about life after cancellation, life after job loss, life after you've lost everything in your front teeth too. And we celebrate 46, we celebrate 50s and 60s, because this is the glow up. And I feel like I do look better than I've ever looked in my life, because
Hell yeah.
I feel good in my skin. So if you see these pictures of me, the boudoir photography, I know ain't no boobies and nothing hanging out, but I'm letting you know I'm celebrating all that. If you want to join me, let me know. And if you want more information on Precious, fix my pitch. Put that in the comments. I love you all. It's your girl, Precious Williams, proud founder and CEO of the Perfect Pitch Group. And this is
Karen Yuso signing off.
Mwah! Bye.